Kidding. I've also had 50K playing Elden Ring during the Ukrainian invasion. All right. Are you going to the Kenny concert in Central Park? No, because I'm not going to be here while it's happening. I looked it up. I'll be gone by then. Okay.
We begin in Edinburgh, Scotland, where Queen Elizabeth II is lying at rest. Just minutes ago, a procession brought her coffin from Holyrood House.
Hungry.
That's the official royal residence in Edinburgh, to St. Giles Cathedral. King Charles and other royals took part in this procession. On Saturday, Charles III was officially proclaimed king during a very ornate ceremony at St. James Palace in London. That ceremony was repeated yesterday in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, the other nations of the United Kingdom. And this morning, Prince Harry released his first public statement about his grandmother, who he lovingly calls Granny. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Right now, CBS Evening News anchor and managing editor, that of course is Nora O'Donnell, is leading our coverage from London. She's outside Buckingham Palace, along with a huge crowd of mourners. Nora, good morning. The crowd keeps growing and growing. Good to see you.
Oh, my goodness, Gail, you should see it. It's unbelievable, the amount of people that have come to pay their respects and will continue to for the next following days. It's already been a busy day here in London. We've now seen the King several times, of course, in Scotland, as you just referenced, and there's a lot of new details about what's to come. The Queen will remain at St. Giles Cathedral overnight, and members of the public will be allowed in to pay their respects, starting about an hour from now. That follows the very elaborate and carefully planned procession with the new king. You'll remember the Queen died at her home in Scotland, a place she loved so dearly, and that is why this week-long series of events leading up to next week's funeral began there. Elizabeth Palmer's at the royal residence in Edinburgh. Elizabeth, good morning.
This is the first day that members of the public will be able to file past the Queen's coffin to pay their respects. It's just
so
one
weird.
component and a very complex series of rites associated with the funeral and also the transition to the new monarch.
Yeah, bruvs are mental, dude. It is so fucking strange. Like, as a mark of respect during this period of national mourning, we will not live stream tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. It will be published as a video on demand on our YouTube channel tomorrow. Like, what the fuck is... Dude, it's fine, bro. She was 96. Like, y'all are being fucking crazy. I didn't realize how crazy it got. I didn't realize it was like this. And I'm in awe. Like, I'm legitimately in fucking awe. I'm shocked. They even stopped the footy, bruv. That's right. They stopped the footy. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, bruv.
In London this morning, the new King Charles III met members of the House of Commons and the House of Lords.
Bro, the real fucking news is King Charles's fucking fingies, though. Oh my lord, dude. Holy fucking shit. That is crazy. Okay? That shit is wild. That's actually wild. Like, I don't even know if I can show you the fingies. Like, he's got the gout hands, dude. I mean, they are glizzies, dude. New York style sausage fingies. They got glizzies. You need the bev on the side. It's crazy. He is sick, please, man. Bro, I don't give a shit. What the fuck do you mean? If you expect me to, like, respect the fucking royal family, like, what? I don't even respect, like, normal people in normal positions, like, with a modicum amount of power that fucking exercise it in a weird way. Let alone some fucking inbred ass monarch, dude, that looks the way he does as a consequence of, like, centuries of inbreeding. Like, why the fuck? That's a crazy fucking take, man. Like, the expectation that I'm supposed to be nice about that is wild.
Loss to all of us, but we know, most of all, it is a loss to you, Your Majesty, and to the royal family.
He accepted their condolences in Westminster Hall, the room where his mother's body will lie in state later in the week. Afterwards, King Charles set off to Edinburgh, where he and members of the royal family followed the Queen's coffin to the cathedral in a solemn procession along the historic road known as the Royal Mile. Yesterday, he was proclaimed king here in Scotland.
Man.
That the Prince Charles Philip Arthur George is now by
At least they're fucking drippy. I mean, it's pretty funny to be like this. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like, it is pretty funny to be like this, to behave like this. It's just, but at least they're putting on a show. I don't know. I mean, that's cool, I guess, right? That's something. They got a show going. I don't understand it. I will probably never be able to understand it.
the death of our late sovereign, happy of memory, become our only lawful and rightful liege lord, Charles III. God save the King!
Just over 24 hours ago, the Queen's hearse left Balmoral, her private country estate, the coffin draped in the Scottish standard flag. The procession wound its way through the Scottish countryside, well-wishers lining the route on horseback and even in tractors to say goodbye. By late afternoon, crowds had packed the streets of the capital to pay their respects.
I think it's just important to be here, just important to...
Yeah, there were people booing, but you won't be fucking hearing that on any of the broadcasts. Somebody yells out, "Andrew, you're a sick old man," to Prince Andrew, who's walking behind the Queen Elizabeth's coffin. I mean, it's true. You're a sick old man. I love that. You're a sick old man. Yeah, no shit. That's crazy. Expected. So, I mean, this is what happens when you do public processions, right? Proceedings, right? Except they also have to fucking literally, like, they also have to arrest people, apparently. I mean, this is a meme, right? But it's actually a great fucking example. Like, in every fucking facet of society in the free world, we look and clown at, like, monarchs and imperial powers. It's because, like, princess and royalty kids movies, which completely paint royalty like these kinds of benevolent people completely separated from the reality of fucking colonialism and its impacts. But, like what do you think? Like, the Empire Strikes Back, you know, imperial forces, like, it's not like we're fond of, like, emperors and shit. We're usually not fond of it. I mean, they've done both, right? They've done, like, there's a lot of positive coverage for emperors and whatnot in popular culture, but there's a lot of automatically negative ones, too. Spoke to the protester who was arrested on the Royal Mile today for shouting abuse at Prince Andrew. Shouting abuse. Abuse. He fucking killed him, dude, with his words.
That powerful men should be allowed to commit sexual crimes and get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, literally, that's, yeah, it's true. Yeah, that is true. That's what the monarch is. That's what the monarch has done, and that's before we talk about, like, the imperial shit. If that punk can say that if the officers had a gun, what do you mean? Like, he's right. Why are you fucking caping for the cops? Why do you want them to be even more violent? You are way, way closer to that person that's being arrested than the fucking cop, or even the motherfucking king, obviously. Like, how do you not look at your fellow working class person out there being like, yeah, fuck this shit. This shit sucks. Who gives a fuck? And you're like, no, I'm just like the king for real. The kid literally got his ass beat and arrested. Yeah. Wild. I don't know. It's just... Apparently they beat his ass too. Look at this fucking gammon. Look at this fucking gammon, yeah? Look at this fucking 50 stone weighing fucking piece of ham, right? Yeah, I'll beat your fucking ass. I'll beat your fucking ass, yeah? EDL.
Wait, I've done nothing wrong.
People be like, yeah, look how civilized the fucking British colonies are. You know what I mean? People be like, England brought fucking freedom of speech to the world. It was so sick. And then this is what's happening in England. I mean, the wildest part is this is not in England. This is fucking Scotland. That makes it so much worse. Like in England, I get it. Most people are not gonna fucking say some shit because, you know, that's the heart of the empire. But especially the fact that this is in Scotland and some motherfucker had the audacity to like push someone and try to beat their ass because they called out Edinburgh is the most English part of Scotland. It's just fucking silly. It's crazy. You're definitely going to have the most elite monarchy supporters showing up to this, though. Yeah, I mean, a guy got arrested for asking a question. My account of being arrested in Oxford today for voicing anti-monarchy opinion, thanks to Bright GRN for publishing this. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequence. I'm as anti-royal as you can get, but I wouldn't go looking for a fight in this situation. What? No, this is literally a freedom of speech. This is, in every sense of the word, okay? In every sense of the word, this is no free speech, okay? Free speech isn't when you get banned off Twitter. Free speech isn't when someone says, like, no, you're fucking wrong for saying that, or fuck you for saying that, you piece of shit. Free speech is literally when the government cannot fucking arrest you for saying, like, fuck the queen, okay? That's free speech. It's government being not being able to restrict your speech. That's what this is. What consequence do you think is appropriate for asking a question in public? Do you think this warranted an arrest? Have you protested before this? Seems a bit unkind when the bloke's mum had just died and people are feeling quite upset and hurt. Not very Christian, is it? Given the circumstances, I don't have much sympathy for you, as you didn't have much sympathy for others. The person that he's saying you don't have much sympathy for is the motherfucking king, dude. This is, bro, I swear to God. You know when Kanye said, like, slavery is a mindset? And everybody got mad at him because, like, obviously it was the least materialist analysis you could fucking arrive at with respect to chattel slavery. But then I see stuff like this and I realize, like, no, serfdom is a mindset. You have nearly a century of conditioning against this kind of fucking attitude, and meanwhile you're still holding on to that, like, weird symbolic semblance of power. That's crazy to me. Like, there are people out there who are like, well, you know, I don't actually celebrate any kind of death. Okay? There are people who say, like, I don't celebrate any kind of death. Fine, sure. I mean, I doubt it. You'd probably be fucking celebrating Osama bin Laden dying, right? Like, you know, probably celebrated Saddam. Probably celebrated whatever the fuck. Like, there are plenty of people that you would celebrate. Regardless, though. Or Hitler, right? Regardless of all that, though, maybe you're the kind of person who doesn't celebrate death because you think it's, like, fucked up. Okay? And that's fine. But these guys go beyond that. These guys go infinitely beyond that. They're like, dude, you can't do it. You cannot, in any meaningful capacity, fucking question a person in a position of power. You might think it's unkind, but the point is it's not illegal. Should we all be arrested every time we do something deemed unkind? Scary. Treason is illegal. One flippant question at a time of national mourning could lead to something much more sinister, such as regicide. Not a risk the police would be willing to take. Oh, my God. He said it's treason to ask a question. That's crazy. New. Fuck imperialism. Abolish monarchy. New 22-year-old woman who was arrested holding up this anti-monarchy placard at St. Giles Cathedral has now been charged in connection with a breach of the peace, Police Scotland confirmed. Will appear at Edinburgh Sheriff Court at a later date. These people are insane, bro. I said that to someone who said, I don't celebrate death, and they replied, oh, are you comparing the Queen to that bad person? You're fucked. I mean, this is like, I don't know, this is like mental illness, but everyone has it in a weird way. It's like mass psychosis, it feels like. A 74-year-old man was also arrested near Holyrood House in connection with a breach of the peace. He has also now been charged and is due to appear in Edinburgh Sheriff Court. And now this. Said, not my king. I just don't. I mean, every single one of those fucking right-wingers that normally are like, oh, I hate. Every single one of those fucking right-wingers that's normally like, oh, man, free speech, like, wokeism is ruining this country. We're getting literal fascism, is out there on the timeline losing their fucking minds. One of the funniest things I've seen, at least in my observations from, in my observations from, you know, the internet, is all the people that are so insanely angry. So insanely angry at me for just making jokes about the Queen's passing. Like, and they're not just angry because, like, they think it's completely unacceptable to, like, make fun of someone passing or whatever. Some of them have the, some of them at least have the decency to claim, like, that's the reason. But most of them are just straight up like, you fucking Turk Roach, muzzy, you know, piece of shit. How dare you? You just hate the West. It's like, bro, what are you fucking doing? You're just, like, openly stating. It straight up, it is just like, it is because they are upset because the Queen was a representative. The same reasons why I'm shitting on the Queen, they are defending the Queen for. Muzzy, like a Muslim. A sand N-word. That sort of thing. And they're not fucking liberal, man. Stop saying they're liberal. A lot. It's a wide variety of fucking people. Like, there are liberals that feel that way, and then there are fucking, like, straight up right-wingers that feel that way. And remember, these are all the same people that are like Jeffrey Epstein. Democratic Party is aligned with Jeffrey Epstein. Democratic Party is aligned with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, you know who else is aligned with Jeffrey Epstein? The motherfucking Queen, bro. Direct descendants of the fucking Queen, who she defended with your fucking dollars. Prince fucking Andrew, man. And it's like, I don't know what to say about that. Like, you're so obviously not interested in anything. The only thing you're interested in defending is white supremacy, and any kind of fucking beacon that you see, any kind of figurehead of white supremacy that you see that other people are disparaging on the timeline, you're going to use any opportunity you can to fucking defend it. You're like, no, that's unacceptable. How dare you? Like, what? And then people were literally, like, making up shit, saying, like, Hasan cried when his dog died and they desecrated, like, his dog's mural in r/place. Like, first of all, I didn't. But secondly, like, you just made that shit up you to feel better about yourself. But even if I had, like, yeah, of course, dude, of course. I did cry when my dog died originally, okay? I did. But, like, yeah, that's my fucking dog. What do you mean? How fucking neurodivergent are you that you cannot even comprehend, like, that, you know, you can have an affinity towards a fucking animal, your own animal, your pet, that is infinitely more significant than, like, some random 96-year-old woman who is literally the head of the symbolic head of the monarchy. The fuck? Yeah, no shit. You're comparing, like, yeah, dude, yeah, you'd be acting different, dude. Yeah, you are showing a careless attitude that a 96-year-old woman died, And then they try to make it seem like she's a kind old woman. It's like, bro, she's literally the queen. Wait, what the fuck's this? I don't know what the fuck this is. And I don't know how to stop it. What? Anyway, it's just so strange. Like, it's such a strange fucking attitude to have. And I think a lot of it literally stems from, I think a lot of it stems from the fact that, like, these people just are so devoid of, like, how normal people are in the real world, you know what I mean? That they just think, like, that kind of attitude to have is normal. And there are plenty of other people in that hug box that will turn around and be like, yeah, you're right, actually. You're right, Hasan is fucking hypocritical. We got him. He's so hypocritical. It's like, no, man. Most normal people will be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about the queen as much as I care about my fucking dog. You know what I mean? That's a normal attitude to have. You're just incredibly fucking detached from reality. But yeah, overall, it's pretty funny. There's a lot of great memes, you know, when world-changing events like this happen. Of course, there's going to be great memes that come of it, and I'm going to continue memeing about it. But let's watch this.
Why are you not giving me details?
I'm not going to. Why would you ask for my details?
Just so I can check and make sure you can be here.
I'm in my city.
You've already said you've been arrested once.
Sorry?
You've already told me you've been arrested.
No, I haven't.
So
No,
you said that earlier.
No, I said other people have been arrested.
Okay, well, now we've made that clear. I want to make sure you didn't have bail conditions not to be here. So just confirm, you're not going to give me your details.
I was holding up a blank sign. Why are you asking for my details?
You said you're going to write stuff on it that may offend people.
I said I was going to write "Not my king" on a sign, and you asked for my details.
It may offend someone.
Who's that going to offend?
Don't know. Someone may
Not
be
my
offended by
king.
it.
Someone might be offended.
Are you going to listen or are you just going to talk over? Is that what you plan to do?
Like, there's varying degrees of acceptability amongst, like, oibrovs and shit, right? Of queen defense. Like, yeah, if you're a fucking gammon, if you're a 10-pound Christmas ham, you know what I mean, or a 10-pound summer ham, yeah, you're gonna fucking defend the queen. It's like your genetic predisposition. You don't know any better, especially as a cop, right? You're a fucking hog, or a British hog. It's like, you got a license. Hey, mate, you got a license for that fucking sign, yeah? Anyway, so that's like weird. But why the fuck are you an American also defending the queen in a similar capacity? I will never understand this. It just doesn't make sense. It's like the one thing that we fucking liberated ourselves from, you know? Like, who gives a fuck?
Say goodbye.
What was so remarkable about
The Queen's dead! Ha ha, good! She was a colonialist! You know that the Queen is the patron of over 600 organisations and charities, improving the lives of millions of people all across the planet.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. She should be able to come to your house and fuck you. You know, prima nocta. The king should be able to fuck your wife. Prima nocta. I mean, that's allowed, right? That's allowed, brother. You should just let the king put his fucking sausage fingers inside of your wife now, okay? On the day of your marriage. That's a law. That's a rule. Hey, guess what, dude? He has a lot of charities. Fuck it, YOLO. Who paid for those? Oh, that's right, dumbass. You did, because you're fucking British. You did. You stupid cuck.
The planet for the last 8 decades.
Yeah, at least you use some of those funds for fucking charities. You know, not all of it went directly to the Prince Andrew Legal Fund, the Prince Andrew Nonsury Legal Fund. You know what I mean? I really liked how you said days ago, this is why most of human history is feudalism. Yeah, if we're doing it in 2022, goddamn, brother, that shit was probably crazy. Shit was probably fucking popping. Like, you'd be a serf, you'd be like, yo, oi, we're not getting enough feed this year, yeah? And then the other guy would be like, well, you trying to fucking rise up? It's good. God made the fucking queen, yeah? Dick eating back then was OD. Yeah, literally, dude. It was on a different level, I suspect. Don't you dare fucking ask for more feed for us. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oversaw the dismantling of the British Empire. What have you done?
Yeah, oversaw the dismantling. Yeah, the Queen was like, yeah, let's dismantle the British Empire. Except she did the exact opposite, you fucking idiot, dude. Yeah, P.O., are you going to talk about Ireland? Great question. Of course not. Ireland. Yeah, it should be united, but with the British Kingdom, right? Look at this shut up North Korea shit. It's just hard for me to care about this in any meaningful capacity. It's hard for me to care about this in any meaningful capacity, especially at the top of the hour when there's a 60-second ad break coming. You know what I mean? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 6-second ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free. You can't escape the monarchy, but you can escape the top of the hour ad break. How? By subscribing for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is free as long as you connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Here's the 1-minute ad break now. Yeah, this is tyranny. Yeah, you can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky, but only good boys and girls get gifted a sub. Have you considered that the royal family is democratic? What?
And
it's fascinating.
It is, and as Lord Bottomley, we were talking to him, was referring to this and saying how, you know, some people will say, well, you know, how come we've got a royal family? It's not very democratic. The fact of the matter is, it is democratic, you know, until we have a revolution. It's democratic in the sense that the British public is lacking.
What? Bro, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yes, it's fascinating.
And it is, and
that's like, yeah, there's no peasant rebellion, you know what I mean? There's no peasant uprising against the fucking queen, so it's democratic. Technically, yeah. No one has tried killing the queen, so it's just unfortunately, deleting my last video before my TikTok becomes a hive of thumbs and profile pictures. 13th century social media, 21st century social media. My landlord is cruel. I dislike the new king, and I fear I will freeze to death in my howl this winter. Yeah. 13th century social media would have the exact same fucking take. Because they do have the exact same fucking problems. But guess what, dude? Guess what, dude? I don't know what to tell you, but like, I mean, if you're British, like that's what it is. Yeah, 13th century owns a howl. 21st century rents a howl. No access to the commons. Has access to the commons. Pays 1/10 of the annual produce to the Lord. Pays 1/2 of the annual income to the Lord. Yeah, that's better. Hovel, however you say it. Hovel, is that how you say it? Can you buy a house in New York City? That'd be sick. Havel, I don't Havel. I don't know how to say that word, and I don't give. Frankly, I don't give a shit. So, all right, let's watch the rest of this.
Well, she started at a really young age, and she did do a lot of impact. And now that she's like going to be gone, it's going to be different. It's never going to be the same again.
It's quite speechless, actually. She was a lovely lady, great mother, grandmother, and she did well.
The Queen was connected to the Scottish people not only as their sovereign, but also as their countrywoman. She herself was descended from Scottish kings. Yesterday afternoon, 3 of the Queen's children, Princess Anne and Princes Andrew and Edward, were waiting at the door as their mother arrived at Holyrood House for the last time.
As we saw, the Queen's body left Holyrood House, the royal residence, a short time ago. She will lie at rest in St. Giles's Cathedral until tomorrow. And after a religious ceremony today, the royal family will hold a formal vigil over the body. Nora?
Elizabeth Palmer in Edinburgh for us. Thank you. And
We welcome you back to CBS Mornings, looking at a live shot of Buckingham Palace. You're going to see that a lot in the next few weeks, next few days for sure. Yeah. We spent a lot of time looking back at the legacy of Queen Elizabeth. Let's take a moment to look ahead at King Charles and his reign. Well, we know it won't be nearly as long as his mother's. Remember, he's 73 years old. She was 25 when she took the throne. But he has already started forging his own path, you could say. This morning, he told Britain's parliament he feels, quote, the weight of history. Mark Phillips is outside Buckingham Palace with more on that part of the story. Mark, good morning to you. Everybody's wondering what kind of king he's going to be. And of course, that remains to be seen. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Well, good morning. We're into day 4 of what historians may now come to call the Carolinian era, an ancient royal term for reigns under kings named Charles. And already there are signs that it will be different from the just past Elizabethan one.
Bro, yeah, I'm in my Carolinian era, boys. Like, every part of this process is so incredibly fucking, like, convoluted and fucking crazy. It's just... I'm trying to see if I can bring this up a little bit. I just got my my food. What are you eating? No glitch, any percentage ban? Dude, you know what I'm eating. You know what the fuck I'm eating. I'm eating the same shit I eat every fucking day, baby. A Chipotle salad. Unfortunately, I don't have fucking... Dude, I'm trying to eat healthy. Like, I've been eating like shit out here, you know? I'm trying to eat healthy.
So much changes, so much stays the same. That's the point of a royal transition. Those crests on the buglers' tunics, E2R they say, Elizabeth II, Regina for Queen. There's some work in store for the royal seamstresses, and for the people who print the money, and for the people who have to replace all those mailboxes. Royal branding is about to change. King Charles has already changed the way he signs his name. It's now Charles R for Rex, King. Charles actually has a history of handwriting issues, which leads to another change. He's famous for sending scribbled notes to government ministers.
Yeah, bro, because look at his fingers, dog. Talk about his fingers, bro. You can't. Talk about his fingers, dog.
Black spider memos, they were called, often telling those ministers what they should be doing or not doing. And they were considered improper, as members of the royal family, let alone future kings, are not supposed to interfere in policy.
My life will, of course, change.
Charles admitted on becoming king that his days as an advocate are over.
It will no longer be possible for me to give so much of my time and energies to the charities and issues for which I care so deeply.
He was saying very clearly, I put that behind me. He said on other occasions, and he really repeated it in the speech, if in the past he has been a contentious figure, his aim now is to unify.
But however much Charles holds his tongue or his pen, this will still be a different kind of monarchy.
We never really knew what the Queen thought about most things. We all know what King Charles thinks about a lot of things. These are very different starting points.
Yo! But what else will change? Did the joint appearance of the estranged princes, William and Harry, and their wives...
We are currently watching the transition from the Elizabethan era to the, what is it, the fuck's the new era called? No, they have a way cooler name for it. Well, they have a girl name for her, the Carolinian era.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I ordered food. Are you hungry?
Oh, no, you're good. There's not a lot of clothes in your closet, bro.
This fucking, oh my God, bro. No shot. Did you get that off Etsy or whatever?
I got this a long time ago. I don't even remember where I got it